NEDA Board approved Phase 3 of the Maritime Safety Capability Improvement Project for the Philippine Coast.
Magandang araw mga ka-aerial defense, may ibabahagi na naman ako sa inyo dahil ngayong araw na ito ay may bagay tayong pag-uusapan. Pilipinas aprobado na ang pagbili ng 5 barko mula Japan. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, wag mo muna kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Nakatakdang makakuha ng 5 bagong multi-role response vessel ang Philippine Coast Guard, matapos aprubahan ng National Economic Development Authority Board ang Phase 3 ng Maritime Safety Capability Improvement Project ng PCG. Sinabi ni NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisaken nitong Huwebes, ang kabuuang halaga ng proyekto ay 29.3 billion pesos, na tutustusan sa pamamagitan ng Official Development Assistance o ODA loan mula sa Japanese government.
The NEDA Board approved Phase 3 of the Maritime Safety Capability Improvement Project for the Philippine Coast Guard. This project involves the design, construction, and delivery of 5 units of multi-role response vessels or MRRV, each with a length of 97 meters. This project also includes a 5-year integrated logistics support. This project will further improve the Philippine Coast Guard's capability to respond to threats and incidents within the country's maritime jurisdiction. In particular, the project will enable the Coast Guard to secure important sea lines of communication in the West Philippine Sea, Sulu, Celebes Seas, and the Philippine Sea. It will also help the Philippine Coast Guard combat illegal activities and enforce maritime laws in the Philippine waters. The total project cost is 29.3 billion pesos, which will be financed through an Official Development Assistance or ODA loan from the government of Japan.
Regarding the Coast Guard project, when will it be implemented? Since it has been approved, no?
Well, with this approval, it will now go into the procurement of these projects. There's been a commitment by the funding agency, the government of Japan, to support this project.
So,
It will be completed. The vessels would come. There are, as I said, there are 5 vessels. No, these vessels will be delivered starting sometime 2027, and then all these vessels will be delivered by 2028.
Secretary Balisacan, before we go, since there's a lot of interest in the maritime concerns, in addition to the security and the environmental protection and of course humanitarian uses for these 5 new shipping vessels, what are the other economic benefits that investing in this would bring to our country?
No, I think that we depend so much on our rural folks depend so much on the seas. No, fishing is still a major economic activity for many of our rural folks, and you know, if they can access the seas for our fishing and we can protect those seas, then the economic value of those seas for us will remain high. But if those corals are degraded, for example, are destroyed, then you lose those economic values. Of course, the biodiversity issues, those are sometimes hard to quantify, but they are so important in our economic life. No? So this the fishing is a very important source of livelihood, but transport is also equally important. Because if you cannot pass through the most direct route, you are forced to go a long route that's very costly for the movement of goods and people. And so when we examine the benefits and costs of this project, the economic benefits outweigh the cost, and therefore, even from a strictly economic point of view, these investments are worth the cost.
So these vessels can also be used for the Philippine Coast Guard in their resupply mission for the fishermen in that particular area, and
Yeah.
also in for those people who are manning the Sierra Madre,
Yes.
the BRP Sierra Madre.
Yeah, but they're not equipped with guns.
Yes, definitely, sir. But they can be used for those
Yeah.
resupply missions.
Yes, because they're also, if these are the kind of vessels that can navigate, for example, rough seas, for for the delivery of supplies in those areas. As of now, we only have 2 of those vessels, and can you imagine how big the country is, and we're an archipelagic country, and so with the acquisition of the 5 vessels, we can cover more areas, and our government can be more responsive and can be quicker in its response to emergency situations.
The recent aggression by Chinese vessels, did it accelerate the acquisition of these vessels, especially since it's from Japan, an ally of the Philippines?
Yes, I think these vessels are very important means for quicker communication, establishing this sea line communications, so that our response to situations like that would not wait for several days, because sometimes it's several days or a day after that when we hear that something happened, because we simply, it takes a long time from the a side of distress, and then we send a vessel, a slow moving vessel, so so we really need more responsive vessels to be able to respond to emergency situations quickly.
Is ODA loan from Japan a long time in the making, or did it come from the recent meeting between the President and the Prime Minister?
Well, it's already it's a continuing program with the government of Japan, but this would of course has been facilitated by these meetings with the government of Japan. Not only this current meeting, but in the previous meetings of the President with the Prime Minister of Japan.
Hi, sir. So can we elaborate more on what this means for our country's defense situation, especially with the situation in the West Philippine Sea?
This is for the Coast Guard, so this for not for military purposes, no, but it's acquiring enough communications, enhancing our communication system, addressing threats to our people, and especially fishermen and so on. So it's basically, and also for emergencies, no? If there are typhoons, or you can deploy seas to provide assistance to people are threatened by disasters.
Hanggang ilang phase po itong Maritime Safety Capability Improvement Project po? Kasi ngayon po approve na yung phase 3. So hanggang ilang phase po ito?
We don't have anything at the moment on the succeeding one, but if we are happy with the performance of these vessels, then they remain to be the best standard for us, and also most advantageous for the Philippine government. We can continue to source our requirements from them, but again, we are open to other areas, other sources. So we don't have yet anything on the pipeline on that phase 3 or phase 4 or phase 9.
Sinabi ni Balisaken na mapapabuti ng proyekto ang kakayahan ng Philippine Coast Guard na tumugon sa mga banta at insidente sa maritime jurisdiction ng bansa. Nang tanungin kung ang mga sasakyang ito ay maaaring gamitin sa mga resupply mission, sinagot ni Balisaken na, oo, dahil makakatulong ito sa resupply mission. Gayunpaman, Sinabi ni Balisaken na hindi gagamitin ng militar ang mga sasakyang pandagat. Para sa mas madaming update tungkol sa ating defense, abangan lamang ang aking mga bagong video. Para naman sa mga gusto magpa-shoutout, mag-comment lamang po at share, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Huwag mo na rin kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Pindutin mo na rin ang bell para updated kayo sa aking mga video. Maraming salamat po.